All right, let's jump right into this. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to explore the incredible charm of one of the world's absolute favorite animals, the Golden Retriever. But hey, we aren't just here to look at cute photos today. We're taking a highly structured, data-driven look at their essential medical realities. So if you want to truly understand what it takes to care for these amazing dogs, you are definitely in the right place.
Look at this stat. Nearly half of all golden owners have had more than one in their lifetime, and around 5% have had 6 or more. I mean, wow, this profound statistic perfectly captures the fierce loyalty this breed inspires, doesn't it? Once you bring a golden into your life, they become way more than just a pet. They turn into your absolute best friend. But today, we're going to look beyond that cute exterior to understand the heavy responsibilities and serious health considerations that caring for them actually entails.
So here's our roadmap for the explainer. We'll start with the golden appeal and the 3 golden types before shifting gears to tackle those serious genetic health risks. Then we'll cover everyday health challenges, lifestyle and preventative care, and finally, the golden commitment. Let's get moving.
Section 1. The Golden Appeal. Why we love them. Honestly, it's pretty much impossible to discuss Goldens without acknowledging their beautiful flowing coats, those adorable floppy ears, and of course, those famous, ever-present smiley faces. But you know, their appeal goes so much deeper than looks. Despite hundreds of dog breeds out there, their gentle intelligence and fierce loyalty have kept them as the number 3 most popular dog breed in America for decades. And get this, they're actually known as the 4th smartest dog breed in the world. They literally have the cognitive ability of a 2.5-year-old toddler and can learn up to 165 words.
A massive part of that appeal comes down to a biological feature known as the soft mouth. This is fascinating. It was originally bred into them back in the 1860s in Scotland by Sir Dudley Marjoribanks to gently retrieve waterfowl from marshy terrains without damaging them. Today, this genetic trait makes them incredibly safe, gentle companions. It's exactly why they constantly want to carry toys, sticks, or, your favorite socks around the house. And yes, they are famously capable of holding a raw egg in their mouths without cracking the shell.
Section 2. The 3 golden types: American, European, and Canadian.
Now, before we evaluate their health, it's absolutely crucial to understand that geographic separation has actually created 3 distinct variations of the breed. Differing Kennel Club standards across the globe resulted in very distinct physical and temperamental traits. You've got the American dogs, which are taller, leaner, and known for their high energy and that classic rich golden color. This really contrasts with the European or English lines, which are shorter, stockier, have a lighter cream coat, and generally boast a much calmer disposition. And finally, there's the lesser-known Canadian variety. They're the tallest, featuring a muscular, almost Labrador-like build and a darker coat. Knowing which type you're looking at is essential for anticipating their energy and, as we'll see, their specific health needs.
Section 3. Serious genetic health risks, the medical reality.
Okay, we need to make a serious pivot here. If you're going to own a golden, you have to understand the genetic burdens that are deeply embedded in their DNA. It really isn't all just sunshine and fetching sticks. A startling 25% of golden retrievers suffer from hip dysplasia. That is a massive portion of the population. This is a highly painful genetic joint disorder caused by abnormal cartilage formation in the hip. It can range from mild discomfort all the way to requiring full-blown surgery. It is absolutely a major factor you have to consider when adopting, which makes it essential to check a puppy's parental medical history.
The health differences between those regional types we just talked about become glaringly obvious when we look at cancer rates. Genetic mutations over time have resulted in an alarming 60% cancer rate, especially lymphosarcoma in American golden lines. Let that sink in. Compare that to less than 40% in their European counterparts. This is a massive statistical difference that requires American golden owners to be exceptionally proactive with veterinary health screenings.
And beyond the joints and cancer, owners must also be incredibly vigilant about their dog's eyes. Goldens are highly prone to these 3 inherited eye conditions: juvenile cataracts, progressive retinal atrophy, and pigmentary uveitis. If these aren't carefully monitored by a vet, they can quietly and progressively lead to total vision loss.
Section 4. Everyday health challenges. Managing daily life.
All right, aside from those serious genetic conditions, Goldens present daily hurdles that require your constant attention. First up is the ever-present threat of obesity. Let's be real, these dogs will eat anything. They love food so much they just don't know when to stop. And they will literally eat crayons or other random household items if you leave them unchecked. Because they rarely feel full, they're highly prone to obesity.
And think back to our conversation on hip dysplasia for a second. Obesity tragically exacerbates those existing joint issues, putting terrible unnecessary strain on their bodies.
Furthermore, there's a serious mental health component to consider here: separation anxiety. Because they were historically bred to work closely alongside humans, they absolutely thrive on interaction. Experts note that leaving a golden retriever alone for more than 7 hours can trigger severe emotional distress, deep sadness, and highly destructive behavior. Basically, they just aren't the kind of dog you can ignore or leave isolated while you work long hours.
Section 5. Lifestyle and Preventative Care. Actionable Steps. So, what does this all mean for us? Now that we've laid out the medical reality and the daily hurdles, how do we actively protect our golden? How do we intervene to give these joyful, intelligent dogs the longest, healthiest lives possible in the face of these genetic risks? Well, it really comes down to a highly disciplined routine. First, you must strictly measure their food, and stay strong. Do not give in to those puppy dog eyes. You also need to ensure they get 40 to 60 minutes of high-energy exercise daily, like running or swimming, to actively combat that obesity risk. Second, because they are natural water retrievers and love to swim, you must religiously dry those adorable floppy ears, otherwise they quickly become a magnet for wax buildup and painful infections. And third, you just have to commit to proactive, regular vet checkups to catch those high-risk cancers and joint issues as early as possible.
Section 6. The Golden Commitment. Final thoughts. This comprehensive look at the breed brings us to a final, absolutely crucial question. Before you fall head over heels for that famous golden smile and that gentle, soft mouth, ask yourself, are you entirely prepared to take on the daily rigorous exercise, the heavy year-round shedding, the threat of separation anxiety, and, most importantly, the serious medical responsibilities they require? Golden retrievers give us their entire hearts, but keeping them healthy requires our total, unwavering commitment. And honestly, it makes you wonder, if we purposefully bred these beautiful traits into existence, what other hidden genetic legacies are we passing down in our other favorite breeds? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'll see you next time.